Alrighty, ladies. Ready?
Let's get the show on the road.
Yeah, we gotta get the show on the road. I got great fucking notes. Holy
good, because I just did a recap.
We got you, boo.
We got you,
All right.
baby. We got you. Okay,
We should start.
Yeah, we should just start. Okay. Hi, I'm Nikki.
I'm Alyssa.
And I'm Jamie.
And this is America's Asses, a Galcast. Hello.
What's up?
First of all, let's get this out of the way. Welcome to America's Asses. We're an MCU-centric podcast by women for everybody. Right, ladies?
Absolutely.
You got it.
Okay, ladies, let me tell you. My big, fat American gypsy wedding.
Told you.
Holy
We did
shit.
not steer you wrong.
Nope.
You did not steer me wrong.
We definitely redeemed ourselves.
Yes, you did. I'm already through season 1. There's 3 seasons. I'm already through season 1. Almost.
How many episodes are there?
There's 10 and I'm on like 8.5. So like I'm
Okay.
halfway through the 9th one.
Okay.
Okay. So if anybody wants to feel good about themselves, about your poor decisions in your life, you need to watch this show. It is one
Yes.
big fat dumpster fire. It's a shit show inside of a dumpster fire. Oh my God.
And we're here for it.
I just can't believe people live like this these days. And I was told that one of Mr. Big's friends is a gypsy, and he is nothing like this.
Well, that's
Nothing.
good.
He's like, he is not trashy. But then again, Mr. Big pointed out that all of these episodes take place in like red states, you know, like Mississippi.
Yeah, I was like, I feel like they're
Florida.
more southern.
They are more southern. So
And then again, too, this was like 10 years ago. So
yeah,
True
2012.
story, too.
2012 was the first season. So that being said, I got very
America's gotten trashier since then.
true, very true. I love the show. I will probably finish it by the end of the weekend. So
I love it.
Cool.
I have no Marvel news. Do you guys have any Marvel news?
No.
No. All right, no Marvel news
Uh-uh.
tonight. So, and how are you guys? Aw, how are you?
Good. Been a long week.
Yeah.
It's only Thursday.
You know,
Yeah.
Mercury is in retrograde, ladies. So hold on to your hats. We got a month
That
of this
makes a lot of
bullshit.
sense.
Yeah.
Ugh.
In Libra.
Oh, we
It's
do
terrible.
have a correction from last episode.
We do?
Yeah, our UK listener.
Oh,
Yes.
her name's Michelle. So it's Mitch. Mish. That's how you pronounce it,
Mish.
right? Mish?
Yeah.
Mish.
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 Short for Michelle. I mailed her sticker this morning.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she seems super cool.
She is so cool.
If she ever comes to Chicago, we have to show her a good time.
Yeah, hit us up.
Hit us up, Mish. And we will.
Even though she said Micah sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
She said
can
that
call
sounds
you
a whole
whatever
lot
you
better.
like.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You want to be
So
called
thanks,
Micah?
lady.
We'll call you Micah.
All right. I got a lot. I have about 20 tidbits.
Sweet.
Let me see. No, 17. I lied. 17. So, Jamie, you're up this week. What do you got for us?
Yup. So I covered this week's episode of What If, and it was What If Ultron won?
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Let me tell you,
Oh,
First
yeah.
first off, this whole episode is a nod to the actual comic book of Age of Ultron. So, like the Age of Ultron that all the real comic book fans wanted, they got. Okay? Because the
Mhm.
Age of Ultron movie was just Age of Ultron in name only. Okay? It had nothing to do with the comic books. In the comic books, he won and conquered reality. But at the end of that book, Wolverine went back in time and just stopped everything from happening. So this
Interesting.
yeah,
Okay.
so this episode is the true Age of Ultron. And it's just nice to see that fans, of the book got the Ultron that they've always wanted,
Yeah, one that they were familiar with.
Yeah. And I got big Terminator vibes from this episode.
Yes, I have that.
Huge Terminator vibes. Oh my God. If anybody who doesn't know Terminator, the movie, which I'm pretty sure everybody does at this point, but if you don't know, it's about like an artificial intelligence going, like an AI robot going rogue and just destroying humanity, So, yeah. So that's
very relevant.
Very relevant. Yes.
Yep.
This episode starts out like all the others with her little montage intro. And the Watcher is talking about this particular story. And yes.
I got a TikTok. I saw a TikTok. I don't know who's the really, really hot, like bigger guy who wears the Spider-Man like comic book shirt with the white glasses. You know who I'm talking about?
No.
Alyssa, you sent us like all of the his outline for Rogers the Musical. That guy.
Oh,
hold on.
With
Let
the
me
beard.
see.
I don't know what his name is, but he said, he pointed out, and I did not realize this until I saw this TikTok this week. He said that all of these what ifs is a direct result from Loki and Sylvie killing Khan and splitting up the multiverse, or splitting up the main timeline. Yes.
Oh,
Because
that makes a lot of sense.
Because in the beginning he says, in all of these vast new realities.
Yeah, I never put two and two together either.
Right. We got to give him credit, because like I was like, bam, right in the face. I never realized it.
Oh, right in the kisser. Yeah, when Liz finds his name, just interrupt.
Yeah. I'm looking.
So we see Natasha and Clint fighting a bunch of androids. And while they're fighting, Clint loses his right arm, which is just like Bucky's arm.
Or
so go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go.
Because I didn't look up tidbits, and I'm sitting here going, why the fuck does he have Bucky's arm? What the hell
Well,
happened?
that's what I was texting Nikki, because Nikki saw it first and then I saw it. And I'm like, since when does Clint have a metal arm? What the hell is this? And then I read that, you remember in the beginning of Ultron, when he gets the laser cannon, he gets hit by it in his side. And they said if he was standing like a few millimeters to the side, the blast would have taken off his arm. So instead of like gashing his stomach. So I think that was, if he was in the wrong spot, his arm would have gotten lasered off instead. That's what I read.
That's valid. Or it could be a tip of the hat to Star Wars, because remember, there's a ongoing joke in Tip of the Hat to Star Wars through phase 2 where people several characters got either their hands, like Thor got his hand cut off.
There's always like a missing hand or arm.
There's always a missing hand or arm. Like let's see, in Winter Soldier, Happy.
Right.
In in Iron Man 3, Bucky with his arm. Groot lost both of his arms. And then Ulysses Claw lost his arm in Age of Ultron. Yellow Jacket, the first thing to go was his arm. There's all these things. So it's an ongoing joke just to make fun of Star Wars.
That makes a lot of sense, because like I said, I was sitting here going, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Also,
I'm like, did I miss something?
Did Clint like borrow Harry Potter's invisibility cloak?
Right? I was thinking
like,
the same thing.
I was like, what the hell is this? Like, since when does he have an invisibility cloak? Although I read it could be the cloaking tech that they used like for the shield helicarrier and stuff like that. But I'm chalking it up to Harry Potter's invisibility.
Me too.
Cloak.
I like that theory too.
Where did that come from?
Yes. I mean, in his robe, and then he had the Ronin haircut, like the mohawk.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the Clint Barton that we all wanted.
Yeah. Exactly.
So yeah, they're all fighting, and just as two androids are getting ready to kill Clint, Natasha takes off their head with her motorcycle. And she walks up to Clint and he's like, "Don't say it." And she's like, "What? Need a hand?" As she hands him his hand back. And she's like, "If you know me, you know puns really aren't my thing." And then she tells him that they are getting rusty because a few more seconds and the signal would have alerted the Ultron hive mind killer location, which is located in Russia. Because that's where all the secrets are in Russia.
Where were they at the
Budapest?
That's what I thought. I'm like, ooh, we're in Budapest. No,
literally the first thing I said when the episode started, I was like, "Oh, Budapest."
Yeah,
whatever.
Pest.
I say it Budapest.
Whatever. I say Budapest.
Fight me.
Pest.
Fight me.
So you know I will. Also going back to the comic books, it's similar that Hawkeye and Black Widow are two of the remaining Avengers. So in the episode, they're the only two that remain, and in the comics, it's the same.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
We then see the Watcher, and he's saying that the end of the world began when one man's dream. And as he's saying that, we see Tony Stark. He's saying that he sees a suit of armor around the world. And then the Watcher says that he saw a world of peace, and with the Mind Stone, he created Ultron. But Ultron only saw one path to peace, which was the elimination of all life. And Ultron required an organic body to call his own, and one that fused the powers of man, machine, and mind into one.
So when he's talking about this, about like the Ultron vision version being created, say that 10 times fast. Natasha's standing with the other Avengers, but in Age of Ultron, that was when Nat was captured. So she wasn't there. Wanda and Pietro were there instead.
Okay.
So this is also, the different universe where she's there and they're not.
And also when Ultron like opened his eyes as like the Vision Ultron, it looked a lot like the scene in WandaVision when Hayward or Director Douche activated White Vision. At least I thought.
And then this Vision has red eyes, and OG Vision doesn't he have blue or like
dreamy,
like a clear blue?
Yeah.
I like to call it dreamy blue eyes. Thank you. Crystal blue sea eyes. Mr. Big has eyes like that. When he's not squinting, he always has that. You know how he has that squint look? Like, did you just say something stupid? I don't know if it's because I say a lot of stupid things that he squints his eyes at me a lot, but I'm joking. But yeah, those that like deep blue.
The Watcher says that in our universe, the Avengers stole the cradle and used it to create the hero Vision. But in this universe, Ultron got his wish. And so with the power of the Mind Stone, Ultron started to lay waste to the planets. And so he decided to go after the nuclear codes. And they tried to stop him, but failed.
Yep.
And we see like the nuclear bombs go off everywhere, and it's seemingly destroyed pretty much close to everything.
So the big board that shows the launch of all the nuclear bombs, it was just a nod to the movie War Games. I haven't seen that movie since I was like 10. So I don't quite remember it. So
we'll take your word for it because we haven't seen.
I think I read that from Screen Crush. So
and then obviously Tony dies again. So this is what, like the sixth time he's died.
So I think your theory. Wait, I think your theory is correct. Who was it? Was it Alyssa or it was Jamie that said that like his absolute point in time is to be dead. So he's got to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got to die.
So that definitely adds another notch to that theory.
Let's see. Oh, so we then see Ultron and he is standing there surrounded by like nothing. And he claims at last peace. But then the Watcher says that the age of Ultron was only the beginning. And then we see a portal open up and Thanos walks out and he has the gauntlet on and he's only missing the Mind Stone on it.
This is great.
Ultron looks at him and literally just slices him in half with the Mind Stone.
Within a second.
Why couldn't he fucking do that in Infinity War?
Right?
Because he wasn't Ultron, he was Vision.
Oh,
still.
Grow a set, Vision.
We would have saved ourselves a bunch of heartache and 3 hours of crying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ultron splits him in half with the Mind Stone, and then he takes the Infinity Stones and proclaims that he sees everything. And he comes to the realization that there are worlds beyond his own and that they need him. So he creates an army and essentially like sends them off on missions. And he says that he's going to bring peace to every corner of the universe.
Sure. Sure, buddy. Sure.
And then this is where a whole lot of stuff happens.
We have a lot of montages in this one.
Yeah, no kidding.
I love me a montage, baby.
Help me if I forget any of them. So we see them go to Asgard.
Okay.
And then the Sovereign, and we see them fighting the Guardians.
Yeah.
Then they're on Sakaar.
Okay.
And Ego. And then they are still destroying everything until they're on Xandar, where we see Captain Marvel show up.
Okay. I have tidbits.
Please.
So I just have one tidbit and then I'll have another tidbit after your Captain Marvel recap. So when Ultron destroys Asgard, it's exactly the same shot as when Asgard was destroyed in Ragnarok. It's really sad.
Yeah.
It's so sad. But they're all the same, but I'm kind of glad he destroyed Ego.
Right. I wasn't too heartbroken.
I wasn't too heartbroken about that one. I was heartbroken about the other planets though. But yeah, that is your tidbit for the scene.
Fantastic. And then anyway, Captain Marvel shows up and she makes a lovely little comment where she's seen the Killer Robot movie. And she doesn't think it and she doesn't think it needs a sequel.
Right. And that meant Terminator. Like when she was alive, Terminator 2, 3, 4, and all the other ones hadn't come out yet.
She
Right.
was referring to the original.
The original, because it was 1989 that she disappeared, quote unquote.
Right. And it didn't come out until 91.
Right. And it's funny. She goes, listen, Skynet. And this is and that's from, again, Terminator. Because Skynet was the AI computer network that where they wanted to destroy, all of Earth. So that's what Skynet was. She goes, listen, Skynet.
So going back, I missed one from where they're on, what is it? Sovereign?
Yes.
The planet with the Guardians. You briefly see Gamora fighting there. So that means that Thanos earned the Soul Stone a different way in this reality.
Oh, I didn't know that. Very good.
Good catch.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I wonder if that's because she's supposed to be in the next one. So I wonder if we'll find out what exactly she lived. Happened? Yeah. How he actually got the Soul Stone. Maybe it was Nebula instead. Who knows?
Could be.
Who knows? I'm done guessing. Although
We've been doing pretty good.
We've been doing pretty good. I have to say, the three of us have been doing pretty damn good for this episode.
Yeah, this series. I'm not upset with us, ladies.
No,
because the last 3 series have us guessing, and
everything.
we're thinking about everything means something. So we're on our A game every episode that we watch. Yeah.
We're patting ourselves on the back, and watch next week. We're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, probably.
Story of our life, right?
Whatever. We're used to it. So Captain Marvel and Ultron are still fighting, and she says that he can't win, and Ultron states that he has already won. And then we see everything explode, and he explains that it is done at last.
Oh, this just breaks my heart.
Yeah. The Watcher then appears and says that the realization almost broke Ultron, and that with the mission complete, he was a program without a purpose and a victor without a war, sentenced to spend all eternity alone.
Like Doctor Strange.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Then Ultron realizes that he hears someone because he has ascended to an unattainable level of consciousness, and he became aware of the Watcher.
Oh man, this is no good.
No. So then the Watcher freaks out. Like, he literally freaks the fuck out.
He's like, oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 no. I swear, because he was like, seriously, he's like, no, 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 no. And I'm like,
yeah,
no, 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 no,
freaks the fuck out.
Yep.
And that's when Ultron comes to the realization that there are universes beyond his own. And
oh man,
what did he say?
Yeah. And the Watcher is in awe because he sees everything that has happened or will happen or could happen. And yet he doesn't know what the hell this is.
No.
Right.
He did not see that coming.
No. He says if a hunger like that is unleashed in the multiverse, he can't even imagine the horrors that it would follow. And he says that there is still hope for the universe, but one last hope.
Well,
which doesn't sound so confident, but
no, not at all.
We then see Clint and Natasha, and they're in the KGB archives, and they start looking through rows upon rows and boxes upon boxes of files looking for code.
So I have a tidbit about this. When they're walking through the headquarters and the lights go on, one at a time. It's exactly like when Nick Fury and Carol Danvers were walking through the SHIELD headquarters in Captain Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I noticed that.
My girl.
Do you also have what Clint says?
The Raiders of the Lost Ark?
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have that? Because it looks just like that too.
No, go ahead. You do it. I don't have that. No, but I have something else referring to it. But go ahead.
No, I didn't know if Jamie had that in her notes.
Oh,
about what he says. I did not have that quote.
Okay. Well, Clint asked Natasha if she's ever seen Raiders of the Lost Ark as they walk through the archive room, and that's because it resembles the Ark when it gets taken to the warehouse.
Yes. Yeah, because the Ark, ends up in, a government storage facility, never to be seen again.
Did I tell you I have like a mini replica one?
Oh, you do.
My brother got me.
Do you? Do you like the Indiana Jones movies?
I don't remember if I've seen them all the way through. I know brother number 2 always used to watch them.
I love
and
them.
I just liked the first one with the snakes.
Yeah.
And it like goes in her shoe.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah, she's freaking out. Yeah. That's all I remember.
I wonder what year that movie came out. That movie had to come out like 1980 or 79 or something. Yeah, I was really little. But yeah, I remember that's one of my first movie memories is watching Raiders of the Lost. Back then it was Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. And then they changed the name to just Raiders of the Lost Ark when they made Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Temple of Doom was the prequel to Raiders of the Lost Ark. So they just dropped Indiana Jones altogether. And they just, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
My first movie that I remember was Pocahontas.
Oh, very nice. I feel old. Thank you.
I can't remember.
You can't remember your first movie?
No.
I remember a lot of first movies. I don't know which one was actually my first. I remember Raiders of the Lost Ark, Fantasia. My dad and his brother took all of us cousins to Fantasia because my mom was like having a Tupperware party and they needed a long ass movie or
get the kids out the house.
Get right. Out. So, and I was the only one who didn't fall asleep. I loved it. I loved it. I think that's where my love of classical music came from. That and Warner Brothers, Bugs Bunny. So, yeah. My mom says my first movie was Snow White, but I don't remember watching it in the movies.
I literally don't know. I can't even begin to guess.
Ask your mom and dad and see if they know.
I'll ask my dad. He'll remember.
Yeah, he remembers everything.
He knows everything.
He knows everything.
He'll know exactly the year and probably
the time
month.
And how much he spent.
Yeah.
And he'll be able to tell you the weather that day too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And who was all with you.
Yeah.
And what theater you went to. You'll have to report back.
And what
I'll try to remember. I'll ask him and I'll report back for next week.
Can you hear that, guys? I have so many fucking horns. It's like drive like an asshole day. And that all day I've just been hearing horns.
Guys, we forgot to say what today is.
Yes. I only knew that.
Thursday, September 30th for the people who are listening. And on Thursday, September 30th, Alyssa informed us it is
International Podcast Day.
Yay!
So how fitting is it that we're recording today?
And I only know that
Thursday
because one of the partners at work, every morning she sends out like what national day it is and then gives like updates about the group, internationally. Yeah. So, but she says like whatever the international day is. And I saw that and I was like, oh, how fitting that we are recording today.
Very nice.
I love us.
I love us too.
I thought that was so cool.
It was.
It's very cool.
Okay. So back to the story. Clint and Natasha are looking through all of the files and the boxes of files. And in one of the boxes, Natasha finds the Red Guardian shield.
Yeah.
And she decides she's going to keep it.
Yeah.
Does this color look good on me?
Now, because it was in the storage facility. That's why the Red Guardian didn't have it. Okay, yeah. I'm like, why wasn't it in the movie?
Well, we never see it in the movie. We just see it on the action figure. Like when they give him the action figure.
Oh, that's right.
To get him out of jail. Like he's got the shield. Yeah, but like he doesn't actually.
Is that made of vibranium? Is that made of vibranium as well?
Sure as hell looks like it.
Right?
Yeah.
We'll have to look into that.
So Clint he's getting discouraged. He's losing hope.
Oh, I have a tidbit for this.
He's flatlined.
He has flatlined.
His will is flatlined. I
Do you have a
feel
tidbit
buddy.
now or after?
Right this second.
Okay. Go ahead.
He says the star plans are not in the main computer. And that is another Star Wars reference. Mm-hmm. There's Star Wars references all over this. I'm telling you, it's like my two perfect worlds are just meshing into one. I love it. So, and then a stormtrooper says that to Darth Vader because the exact same line. Star plans are not in the main computer because, as everybody knows, R2-D2 took them, But yeah, it's another little nod to the second best franchise. Or equally as best, Star Wars, owned by the same company. That's why they can cross-reference.
They can do that, yeah.
Yeah.
So then we see the Watcher, and he's saying that he's so close, and he's kind of having like a
panic attack
battle within himself. Yeah, he's kind of like battling his own mind. He's like, "Well, I could intervene. I could intervene to save them all."
Like it's right there. Just do it. Just do it. Like I want to bring you to the box, and I can't do it. must resist the urge.
I shit you not. I was yelling at the TV. I'm like, just fucking do it, Dick. Just fucking do it.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That's okay.
I honestly feel like he might have done it, but then all of a sudden a voice comes through and it says, I'll find you. And you briefly see like a flash of Ultron. And so obviously the watcher freaks the fuck out.
That's why I text you. You guys have to watch it with the with the captions.
The captions.
Because I didn't hear it. I was just like, ooh, I didn't hear it, but I read it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll find
So then Clint is essentially in the box, but then he gives up. And Natasha comes over and tells him that they need an AI to crack his code. And Ultron has already taken over every other digital program on the planet, which is why they need an analog program.
Right.
And as she's looking through the box, she finds Arnim Zola's file. And
wait a minute, that was my box.
It was my box.
My
man.
box. I had it first. I just didn't look at it.
Right.
It was my box.
So then she opens the file and she's like, oh, well, there is a Hydra base in Siberia. And the Watcher was like, oh, they did it. There's still hope. But as he says that, Ultron bursts in. And Ultron says that there are so many universes and so much chaos and that they need to be silenced. And
chaos.
He says that this is his purpose.
Chaos.
Chaos.
Shit's hitting the fan.
Yeah.
Chaos magic.
You think?
Yeah.
You think? All right. I like it.
There's
I
a
like
reason
it.
he said chaos. That's for sure. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Well, I mean, he's
connect
regarding the
two.
multiverse.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
No.
And Wanda is a Nexus being.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to be playing a big part in the Doctor Strange in the multiverse of madness.
Isn't she supposed to be the villain? No. Protagonist, maybe?
Maybe.
In not Civil War. What am I thinking of?
Age of Ultron?
No, the other one. Winter Soldier.
Okay.
They Cap and Natasha find Zola's computer in Camp Lehigh.
Mm-hmm.
But here it's in Siberia. So I wonder if, because she does mention that, so I wonder if the computer that they destroyed there wasn't the only brain file computer of Zola. Like
No,
if there was,
they said they made a reference in this episode that there were so many, but that the one that he was in was the only one left.
Right. But I wonder if, like in the series, like in the OG series, if there was more than one, because all we knew was that there was one. But I wonder if there are actually more in the
I don't know.
OG
I don't even know
series.
if that we'll ever find out either.
Yeah,
I
just interesting.
agree with Jamie. I don't know.
I mean, I totally understand why there would be more than one. I mean, come on, that's common sense. But
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really don't know. It's what if. So like seriously, what you think's gonna happen, it's not.
Nope.
Or what you think should happen.
Think you're figuring it out.
And that's not just what if. That's like the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
Agreed.
True story. Back in Siberia, Nat and Clint are entering the bunker and they start to power up the program. And then we see Zola appearing on the screen and he starts to say their names. And then he happens to mention Clint Barton's middle name being Fraaan-ces.
There is nothing wrong with that name. That is a perfectly good name.
See, that just reminds me of
It's just so cute.
Deadpool when he's like, Fraaan-ces.
Unpopular opinion. I fucking hate Deadpool. Like, despise.
It's not an unpopular opinion. A lot of people feel that way. I liked it, but whatever.
I liked it too. But it just reminds me of like Fraaan-ces.
Yeah, I love how Nat's like, how come I didn't know that about you? he's like, it's a family name. Given to me by my Mima. Your Mima? Like,
what?
Like, who the fuck are you, Clint?
Well, she's never had a family. I mean, you know, she doesn't know the importance of Mimas and Papas and Omas and Opas and Nonas.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
Right, and that you're named after people.
Right.
Everybody, you know.
My kids are named after people. Both of them.
At least in the Italian culture,
yes.
we name people after everybody. So
yeah, we do.
Dead or alive. Names from.
Yep.
Even if multiple people in the family have the same name.
Yep. Because my son's name, we have almost everybody's named that name.
Right. Well, that's why there's 4 of the same name in my family after my papa.
Yeah.
There's 3 besides him. There's 3 other people named after him.
And in the Italians, like, I don't know about your family, but my family, we don't care if cousins name their kids the same thing. Like, names are not dibbed. Names are shared.
Yeah, exactly. I have multiple cousins with multiple same names, like female and male.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
And then like cousins married people with the same name. So it's like, oh, so-and-so. It's like, well, which one?
It's just like the same names in my family. And then I go to dad, oh, so-and-so. And he's like, which one is this? I was like, oh, so-and-so's wife or so-and-so's, you know, husband or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that one on Jamie's side.
Yeah.
And we
our family, Jamie's.
We differentiate, like, my son is named after my dad. And so like my dad will refer to him as Big, insert name here. And then little man will refer to him as Little, insert name here.
Yeah.
That's how
we did that too with my cousin.
Yeah, we had that too.
Here, he's the 3rd. So we call him number 3.
Okay.
So we always said, oh, number 3.
Yeah. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I think, I'm named after somebody. My brother is named after somebody. All my cousins are, you're right. Like, we are all named after people.
I'm named, well, my middle name is, because
it doesn't matter first or middle, but yeah.
Yeah, I know.
My daughter's middle name is named after, she's named after her godmother.
Hey, I'm named after an actress, so.
On Tiger Beat.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
No, we all know I was destined to be a James or a Jamie. So
yeah, you were always gonna be a James.
I was named after my mom's brother's girlfriend. My mom loved her, and she said since she was a little girl, when she was a little girl, she's like, I'm gonna name my little girl Nicole because you're the coolest person I've ever met. And my mom was like, yep, I have a girl. Your name's Nicole. Because Nicole was the coolest person I ever met. I was like, well, that's pretty cool.
But you don't even go by Nicole.
No, I hate my name. I don't feel like a Nicole. I feel like a Nikki.
When you keep saying Nicole and like, I look at you, I was like, she doesn't look like a Nicole.
But I do not go by that at all. I go by Nikki. I don't even.
You're more of a Nick.
I'm more of a Nick. Yeah, I'm more of a Nick over even Nikki. But yeah. I do not feel like a Nicole. I feel like Nicole's wear makeup and wear brown boots and cable knit sweaters and sip hot tea on the porch. I'm not that. I'm more of a PBR kind of gal at the fire pit, singing songs, playing in a punk band. I'm not a Nicole. I'm not classy enough is what I'm saying.
So going back to past our sidebar, so Fraaan-ces for Clint's middle name is Fraaan-ces is directly taken from the comic books. So although this is his middle name in the comic books, there's an alternate Earth. Hawkeye and Mockingbird have a son called Francis Barton who becomes a member of the next Avengers.
Oh, the next Avengers.
Yeah, capital N.
Zola is surprised that they are there because of who they work for and who he works for. but they tell him that a lot has changed and that Hydra and S.H.I.E.L.D. and pretty much everything else is dead.
Oh, man.
So Zola seems reluctant to help them, but Clint says that he is the last surviving Zola copy on Earth and threatens to ruin him, just like he has many other computers, with a drop of water. And as Clint's getting ready to pour it out, Zola freaks out and stops him. So then Nat dials the Avengers Tower, knowing that it is a trap and knowing that they're going to send troops. So while she does that, Clint is downloading the program, and Nat says,
too close for comfort. I'm just saying. I would wait until Clint was done downloading before I'd make that prank call.
That call.
Yeah. It was too close for comfort.
Nat says that Ultron is off-world, and so they want to upload him via a Sentry drone, and that the plan is once the drone appears, Clint is going to shoot one of the program arrows, and so then that happens. So the drones show up, and Clint shoots one of them with the program arrow, and they continue to fight off the rest of the bunch, and they hide inside a room. And we see the program drone, and Nat shoots off his legs as a precaution because it's Zola and he can't trust him.
He's like, what the hell was that for?
So Zola actually connects to the drones, and he technically, in theory, should have control over them, but it doesn't work. And he says that the Ultron hive mind is out of range. So the three of them realize that they need to get the hell out of Dodge in order to get there, to get out safely. So they start to climb up to safety while fighting off the rest of the drones that have entered.
Yeah.
And as they're holding them off, it's getting evident that they're outnumbered. And Clint
at this point,
tired.
Well, at this point, as they're like moving up and they're climbing up, I'm like, fucking idiot. Why the hell did you, why did you, cut off his leg? Because now you got to drag this motherfucker everywhere. It's just going to be hard. It's just going to forget it. Oh, I got so pissed.
I mean, I know, but they have the point. Like, he's not exactly a trusted character, so
I get it, but I mean,
yeah. So they are barely holding them off, and Clint slips, and Nat grabs him, and he decides to essentially sacrifice himself because he doesn't want to fight anymore. So he lets go of himself and essentially takes down the hive while letting Nat and Zola get to safety.
So
Endgame.
Just like she did in Endgame, except it's reversed.
Yeah, he sacrificed himself instead.
But he's also doing his like pose of when he's like falling and shooting arrows like he did in Avengers. And then we saw him do that in previews for Hawkeye as well.
So up at the top, when they got out of the pit, essentially, Nat is asking Zola why he couldn't connect to the hive, and he says that they are rigged for intrastellar communicating, meaning wherever Ultron is not in the observable universe. We then see Ultron fighting the Watcher, and the Watcher says that this should not be possible, but Ultron says that anything is possible in the multiverse.
Man,
everything means something.
That scared the shit out of me.
So Ultron questions the Watcher, saying, all those worlds and all that suffering, and you just watched. And the Watcher says that he swore an oath not to exert his will and interfere with things. And Ultron says that his purpose is to bring peace, and that the Watcher lacks the will to stop him. The Watcher then says that he can't compute the power of his will, and the two keep on fighting, and they keep going through like barrier after barrier and universe after universe until we see the Watcher finally land in New York City. And what the fuck was going on in the background on like the Jumbotron?
Okay. All right.
I was really hoping someone fucking caught that.
So I've got some. Okay. So there's a lot going
Please.
on. Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
lot
tell me
going
about
on.
it.
So let's go back to where they're fighting. Okay. I mean, well, they're fighting through the whole thing. But so they go through several different worlds, right? And there's one, and there's two planets, there's two worlds that they go to that resemble Star Wars worlds. Okay. So one is the first planet that they fight on is called, well, I think it's called Felucia. And that's from Revenge of the Sith. And then a little while later, they are fighting, and it looks like they're on a planet from Star Wars called Mustafar. And that's where Vader's fortress is. And you can see in the back, there's a castle in the background as they're fighting, and it looks just like Vader's castle.
When Ultron is fighting the Watcher, and he literally devours a whole universe, which looks like what is it?
Galactus.
Galactus.
Galactus. So when
Yeah.
well, it does look like, but it's not him.
No, it's not. Right, it's not, but it does. It's a nod to it.
Yes, most definitely. Now, Galactus is, a villain from Fantastic Four. So maybe it was just wishful thinking, but I watched it like 3 times, and it was definitely not Galactus. But like you said, it is a nod to Galactus.
Yeah. So, yes, in the background, we see Stephen Grant Rogers being sworn in as president. So, obviously, this is a different universe, different reality. In this reality, Captain America career change partially derives from the Marvel comic books, where Cap is offered a White House gig, but turns it down. So obviously in this universe, he clearly takes a different path.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. He'd be the hottest president. Woo-hoo. He'd have my vote.
Hotter than
I'm
Teddy
sure.
Roosevelt. Come.
Yes.
Have you ever seen young Teddy Roosevelt? He was fucking hot.
They're gonna
Holy
fight,
shit.
ladies.
Yeah, but
Also,
Yeah.
young Gerald Ford was not too shabby either. Terrible president. Hot football player. Just saying. Look it up.
I'll take Cap.
Gerald Ford playing football. Look it up. It's steamy. Woo. Good looking fella. Back in 42.
Oh Lord. Anywho, back to the episode.
Yeah.
Ultron is beating the Watcher, and with every hit, we see a different world. We see Wakanda. We see Skrulls. Jesus Christ, so much more. Like a lot was.
You can
on.
also see in one of the worlds, you can see King's Pyramid.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else that I miss?
No, you got it.
Okay. So Ultron says the boundaries of the multiverse are irrelevant to beings like them, and that he didn't evolve by staying in the lines. And so Ultron starts to crush the Watcher, and the Watcher like musters up all this power and breaks free, and then he bolts. He's like, "See ya."
Smell you later.
Mhm. Peace out.
And then
Ah,
Ultron
like,
says,
What's her name did last week? Oh, he's asleep. Peace out. I'm out of here.
"Goodbye."
See ya. Don't burn the house down.
Frigga.
Yeah.
Yeah, Frigga's like, "Peace out." So Ultron says that from here he can see everything, and that no one can stop him now. And
Don't
then
stop me now. I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball. Sorry.
I do love that song.
That's a great song.
We then see the Watcher, and he is approached from the darkness by Doctor Strange.
Evil Jafar Strange.
Yeah.
Evil Jafar Strange, and he is out of options. And evil Doctor Strange says that he's been living in a prison of his own making ever since, so he totally understands.
Right.
So he asks him if he is ready to break his oath, and the Watcher says, "You're going to make me say it." He's like, "Yep." So then the Watcher says, "I see now. I need your help.
Oh man, that was
Dun,
great.
dun, dun.
What did he say?
You have
Yeah,
some,
exactly.
Good job, James.
good job, Jamie. I do have some tidbits that you were on a good. You were in a good roll.
Roll.
I just have a few. So there's when the Watcher transforms into like his armor when he's fighting Ultron, and there's like a bunch of dots around him. So I did not catch this myself. Please, Lord, let me tell you, I did not get this. I read this. I got this information from Screen Crush and Marvel Wiki. So when the Watcher was transforming, and all the dots around him, it was just like in the comics. And what it is called power cosmic. What is power cosmic? Right? That's so I'm like going to the Googler, checking the Googler, and Marvel Wiki tells me that power cosmic is the name of a vast source of limitless, godly, cosmic energy and power, primarily wielded by the godlike cosmic entity Galactus.
Oh.
Yep. So it's another tip of the hat to him. There's been a couple of them throughout the series, you know. Yeah. So there's that one. And then I had another one. This one was a little far-fetched, but I'm putting it in there because it's interesting. When Uatu, or the Watcher, when he makes himself a shield, the lines in the shield looks a lot like the same technology that the Eternals use in the trailer. And the Eternals got their power from the Celestials. And as we've discussed in episode 1, the Watchers and the Celestials have a very not problematic, but a very long history, right? With that whole baby thing, and the Watchers have to watch the baby. If you don't remember, go back to episode 1 of What If, we discuss it. But yeah, so there's that. I don't know if that's anything worth really noting, but I read it on a tweet. Yes, I went to the Twitters this week.
The Twitters.
I'm never going back. I hate Twitter. It's really, I don't.
And sorry, going back to how you were talking about boomers, I know it wasn't in the podcast, but Nikki was talking about boomers. All they say is, well, can't you just tweet him? And that annoys the hell out of me because I don't go on Twitter. I don't tweet. The only reason I literally have Twitter is for when Chris Evans like tweets stuff out. I swear to God, like that's the only reason that I have it. And for they have like for the Chicago shows, they have like a filming like Twitter page, so it lets you know like where they're filming in the city, so I could like go see them. Right. But other than that, like I don't go on Twitter, I don't tweet, I know don't do that. And they all say, well, can't you just tweet him? No, I can't because I don't use Twitter and it's texting.
Oh God, fucking boomers, girls.
Deep breath.
I know.
We're almost done.
Man, yes. So, and then my last, I've got two little tidbits. When Kang the Conqueror, what the hell was I typing? Jesus, when Ultron punched the Watcher into Times Square, you can see a billboard for a musical that said Olympia, and you can see that same billboard in episode 3 in Times Square when Loki is giving his speech to the world when he takes over and rules on Earth. So
I didn't know that.
No,
yes. So is this the same reality? That's my question. Who the
fuck knows at this point?
I know, right?
Let's be honest.
Precisely.
Because listen,
fuck knows. I don't know anymore.
And remember, I want to remind you, ladies, and everybody else, the end of episode 3, that was the episode that ends with the promise of Steve Rogers
Yes.
So maybe he comes back
Mhm.
next episode. I don't know.
And if he does, Alyssa's gonna lose her shit.
You will lose your shit. What
What
if
else is
he
new?
what if he comes back, defeats Ultron, defeats Loki, and they give him the presidency because that's what he did. He saved the world.
I'll
Saved
take
the
it.
universe. That's
I'll
how he
take
became.
it.
She's like, he's alive, he's here, I'll take whatever.
I'll take whatever you got for me. I'm not being picky.
And that's all I got for tidbits, baby. Jamie, you did a fantastic job, my love. Good job.
Excellent.
Bravo,
This was
bravo.
one fucking confusing episode.
It was
Yeah,
confusing.
Jamie watches it last night. She just texts us. I was confused as hell. What the hell just happened?
Right?
Yep,
That's all
but
she
I'm
said.
glad I wasn't.
She
I
didn't
literally,
say-
that's the only comment I had.
Yeah, she's like, that was confusing.
Mhm.
So obviously the Nexus event was Ultron winning. I mean, they say it blatantly. I have no
Mhm.
alternate theories because we're rolling with our
Yep.
theory. And I'm telling you,
There's only one episode left.
there's only one episode left. And this entire show had Uatu in it. And it was just a big shit show, this entire.
Mhm.
So I am thinking we are onto something.
Mhm.
And I have no changes because the entire thing is different. Like
Yeah,
like Bizarro World. So
it does have like things that mirror, but it's not,
right.
big enough to be like a changes.
Right. But that's all I have, ladies. How about you? Anything?
Nope.
That's it.
Nope. That's all she wrote. What do you got for us,
All
Liz?
she wrote.
Find us wherever you listen to podcasts. We are on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, and Anchor. And we are also on Facebook and Instagram.
And if you would like to email us for any reason, just to say hi or give us your alternative theories, you can email us at americasassesgalcast@gmail.com. And there's another thing you could do for us. You could like us,
Love us,
Follow us
rate us,
review us.
and subscribe to us.
and one other thing. I love you.
Love you.
I love you.
3,000! Yay!
I thought his middle name was Jerome.
No, Grant.
Oh. All right. Is Chris's middle name Jerome?
No, it's Robert.
Where the hell did I get Jerome from?
I don't know.
I don't
And
know.
yes, of course, I know his middle name. Like
He
nothing.
practices it in the mirror every night.
I do. I want
Do you practice your last
Mrs.
name?
Christopher Robert Evans. Yes, I write it in my notebook. Alyssa M. Evans. Alyssa M. Evans. Alyssa Hearts Chris. Yes. Alyssa and Chris forever.
Yeah, no, I just woke up just now
Oh.
an accident. I was checking them and I was petting her head. You know how
Yeah, you just check them to make
just
sure
check
they're
on
good.
them, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, I need my personal space. And she rolls over.
I love it.
Do you guys
Right.
have the mascara that makes your eyelashes longer as you put more on it?
Yes.
I want
And it
that.
looks like a vibrator.
I was just going to say that. I love it. So I got it first and I sent it to Jamie and our friend
Okay.
who also orders Beauty Counter. And I have a picture of, I'm holding it in my hand and I was like, what does this remind you of? And then, of course, then they both said vibrators. And then I brought it to my niece's birthday party to show my sister-in-laws because
Okay.
they wanted to try it too because I had the sample ones. And I
Right.
was like, I just pull it out and my sister-in-law was like, why are you carrying a vibrator in your purse? And I was like, no, that's the mascara. And I was like, yep, everybody else thinks that too. So I'm glad we're not the only ones with dirty minds.
This has been America's Assist.